Hello shape enthusiasts and welcome back to another episode in our 1000% hard factory series. In the last episode we built this horrible monstrosity that attempts to take 4 shapes in and spit out a full belt of rearranged shapes. Unfortunately, during the episode itself, I couldn't get a fully working version of this, and this is a total spaghetti mess, but then I fixed all of that in our blueprint redesign series. So now I do have a blueprint for this design over here called the 4-to-4 rearrange, and you can see it is a lot prettier, and most importantly, it works properly. This one doesn't even work properly. But hopefully we can use this blueprint this episode now and see how it works in practice. Before we do that though, let's quickly go and sort out some of these shapes. Grab our operator points. Not sure what we need them for anymore, but we'll grab them. We have 78 research points. Well, why don't we just grab all the stuff? Is that every research done? Oh, logic gates. Cool. Grab some tasks. All right, this one's done. So let's go unlock this task. Which one was that? That was this one. So let's decommission this factory because this task is now completed and we can reuse this staging area for stuff, hopefully with our new build. What is this mess? What's going on over here? Look at all these. Decommission this and delete that. All right, great. Staging 2 is now cleared up for future use. Let's check out this shape, Flora Glider. Let's see what we have to do. Looks exactly the same to me with a yellow star on top. Okay, that is fine. Where is Flora Glider being done? Over here. I'm glad I put pictures on all my stuff. A yellow star, that doesn't sound too complicated. We can peel off a red and a green to make yellow, right? Red, green, yellow star is right here. Excellent. So it makes sense to just bring the green over here somewhere. Let's get another mixing array. We can peel off a red like this. We can peel off a green like this. We can't rotate, can it? Ooh. Let me do it one more tile. Oops. Let me do it one more tile out this way. Like that. That should make 2 belts of yellow. To the yellow, we need to add a star. So why don't we just do it up here? I know I probably need to... Well, there's no more future stars in here. That's fine. Grab our painter. Cool. Then let's grab a row of stars, and in theory this should be yellow stars. We need to put the yellow stars on top of the shape, so let's bring that down. Build our stacker. We need to give it a flip, so let's... Oops. Let's chuck that in, make sure that's the top, that's the bottom. Great. Okay, that should be our new Flora Glider done. We'll check in on it in a bit to make sure we haven't done anything silly. Next, let's do color sight. Color sight is that, and it looks pretty simple. It's just a magenta circle on top. So let's quickly fix that up. Which one is color sight? Did I not do the thing? I don't see an obvious here. Staging 4. All right. We need to add a magenta circle. So we need to color mix magenta. Did I not have a color mix magenta? That's like almost every single color except magenta. Let's grab a magenta, maybe like over here. You can just grab a belt from red, a belt from blue. Let me just check I haven't overloaded the red. It's only been peeled once, twice. Yeah, and blue's being peeled twice. Basically, we're getting every single color at the moment. Then we need circles. Circles is over here, so it makes sense to paint it maybe over here somewhere. Like that, probably. We'll figure it out. So we're going to get a belt of circles here, and then we need to output whatever the heck that's painting back downwards. If I do it here, I can just loop. I guess the output can just like loop this way. My bespoke factories are very spaghetti-ish, but I don't really care about that because they get decommissioned anyway. So that should give me magenta circles. No, I always do this. I always output it from the end. But I do eventually learn from my mistakes, hopefully, as you can see. Okay, we get a stacker, and that should be okay. That's the top. Great, so our 3 new factories should be working. Let's just quickly check back in on Flora Glider, make sure it is indeed floraring and glidering. That doesn't look quite right. There's something wrong with this shape. There's some pin pushing going on, isn't there? Let me quickly just check. No, there's no pin pushing going on. It's just the start, right? Weird. It's making like super paranoid that this shape just looks weird to me. But no, it is the right shape. Great. This one should get done at some point. Alright, we can do our milestones as well because they've finally caught up to each other. So let's go to our milestone 7 factory, which I've named incorrectly. It should be milestone 8, I just realized. And let's have a look at what actually changed. So if we go to our milestones, milestone 7, we just have to add a double pin pushed emerald on top of this. Okay, double pin pushed emerald it is. Let me just remind myself what's actually happening. So the yellow circle is here. An emerald comes from here. Right now we're only taking, this thing's only making a quarter circle, but we have a half emerald here. So let's take the emerald, bring it up to somewhere. This is making the circle here. So let's process the emerald and yellow. We got yellow over there, so let's bring it over there for processing. Seems like a horrible spaghetti mess if I do that. How should I do this? Makes more sense that this, let's just cut this belt so I don't spaghetti mess myself. Let's just cut the circles a little. Kind of want to do something about this. Just for future proofing, because at the moment I feel like I'm limiting my processing area. So this yellow belt should deal with this thing, and then this one should deal with this thing. Alright, cool. So I'm doing something to my circles, and then I am painting it yellow. So that makes more sense. And then over here, I'm doing something to this and then painting it yellow. So if I bring my other yellow belt, like over here somewhere, I can process these things and bring it over in a slightly cleaner fashion. Now, what am I processing? I am getting that quarter, right? So I just need a quarter. Let me see what the heck is coming out of here. I obviously need a quarter destroyer of some sort. Let's get just the quarter out. We need more space. Is that enough space? No, we need more space. Alright. Now, with just the quarter, it should be in like a weird position now. See, it's in the bottom right. Now we need to pin push this twice. Oh man, we need more space. Oops. Shift 7 is no longer my pin pusher. Great. So that gets me a double pin pushed quarter emerald. Now to that quarter emerald, I need to put it onto this circle. Now, I think it's in exactly the right position, funnily enough. Let's paint that yellow. Oh, I had too little space now. Then let's get these two together. Make sure the top is the top. I believe I need to flip this. There we go, top, bottom. Now, that should be the correct final shape. I don't really care about the factory in its current state right now, because these shapes are always very tricky. If you go into your milestone, like, I don't think there's like a direct thing where you just merge these two shapes together and get the final shape. I actually don't know how to get from this mid stage to the final. I haven't even looked at that yet, and I don't want to look at it because it scares me. Onto the red square, we need to add a white. A white is a bit annoying because we need every single color. So we need a blue of some sort over here. Grab our extractor for fluids, bring a belt of blue somewhere, and then we'll merge it in where it makes sense. Is there any more color I need on top of this? I want to do all the color mixing together somewhere. We need to bring it to the red as well. So we need another belt of yellows. So if I bring in a double belt of blue like this, it makes more sense to fix this belting over here. Why can't I do that? Hello? Like that? I can't do that because this is not a liquid belt, it's a regular belt, you silly muppet. Why can't I do that? Because it's the wrong direction. Man, belts confuse me. Alright. So we need to intercept. We need to like, is this a good idea doing this here? Probably not, but whatever. Let's get another yellow mixer going somewhere. Maybe like over here. I've already got 2 reds. I need another red. Get another red going, then we can peel off another red. I don't even know if this is all working properly. I should check at some point as well. So we need another red. Something like this. Oh, this is looks horribly dirty. Need a color mixer. Then this needs to come out and under and merge with green. Oh, how am I gonna get green over? Do it on the other side. My green is not happy. You know what? Let's get blue out of the way. Let's get this merging with green instead. That means I need another belt of green, right? Okay, do that. Where can I do blue? So we've got red here. Red still needs to go over here as well. Then the blue needs to merge with this somehow. So we can do something like this and mix the blue in. Then the output of this can go like out here. That should be the white. Then this can go back in and under. Okay, so with that white, we should be able to paint something which is a half square. Where's my half square? I did this here for a reason. What is this thing? That's a quarter square and a quarter circle. So how do I replace this thing? Now this is a quarter cutter because this was a full object. So this probably needs to be some sort of half cutter instead. So let's do that first. Half destroyer, but it's destroying the wrong half. So I need a rotation here of some sort, probably a 180 rotation. Now that should destroy the right half of the square, and it should have a square. And then the square does need to be pin pushed, so the pin pusher can continue. What the square doesn't need to do, wait, that is the square, right? Cool, that's the stacker to make the red circle. This also needs a little bit of a change, so we need to rotate first, and then what is this thing doing? It is rotating, but it's not rotating exactly correctly. So we need to get the emerald part destroyed. So we need the counterclockwise rotation, which is this one. And then we'll pop that down counterclockwise. And then instead of a quarter destroyer, we need to change this to a half destroy. I'm hoping this will just magically work out. Now I should have half the red circle and the square, which is all pin pushed, but it needs to also be painted now. Let me make some room for that process to happen. Does this automatically tell me? Yep, that's the half square. Now, that's the double pin pushed half square. That needs to be white. So I need a painter of some sort and then wire the paint in. So it's like that. This is not enough room. Trying to find the best way to do this. If I do that, and we just loop that in, then we can loop the white paint in like this. Then we can get that going in a bit of a spaghetti fashion, and in theory that should be correct, right? That should be a half painted, that should be a half destroyed circle. It's on the right, and this thing's going to be on the right as well because they were just going through half destroyers. At some point we'll do the final rotation to get them all rotated, but in theory that should be correct. All right, let's get these shapes going. That shape's going, that shape's going. We just need to make sure this is going correctly. How do I make sure this is going correctly? Is this shape is it double pin pushed or singular pin pushed? Single pin pushed. White paint is coming through. That's coming through. That should go on the top. That should be on the bottom. It's still quarter circles at the moment because it hasn't been flushed, but indeed half circles are coming. I don't see any problem with this. So we can finally move on. We're going to do this task. And that task was being somewhere unmarked. Did I mark this task? I think it's this crazy shape over here. Look at this crazy monstrosity. All right. I'm very glad to be finally getting rid of this craziness I did here. Let's get rid of some of these crazy belts as well. And let's start again. So we're trying to make the top of this shape using our new system, right? So let's go grab our new 4 to 4 rearrange. Before I plop it down, let me get this back to north-south. Before I plop it down and start utilizing it, we have to make one critical change to this thing, which is to label it after WAF, as I promised. Now that this is properly done, where should we put the label? Doesn't really matter, they're tiny anyway. We'll label it after WAF because I couldn't have made this without him. So there you go, WAF, dedicated to you. Now I'm going to save that blueprint. 4 to 4 rearrange, save. In theory, that should always have the label, right? Beautiful. All right, great. Now you're going to have this platform everywhere, WAF, because I'm going to try to use it. And in my head, I think I can use this for a lot of stuff, but we're going to try one and see how this works in reality, because sure, I have 4 belts out, but can I actually get enough paint to do all that everywhere? Like, it's really hard to get enough paint. What if I need, like, you know, I don't know, we'll see. Like, if I need 4 times more paint than I currently use, it's going to be hard on these tiny asteroids. I'm going to have to, like, bring paint in from everywhere to, like, paint four times as much shapes. But we'll see how it all works. So at the moment, this thing is just uncolored, so that's super easy. Let's see if I can figure out how to utilize this thing. So obviously the input goes in the input, and we need to get it in the right order. So it goes top right, which is quadrant 1, bottom right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the quadrant order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try to remember how to do this. So 1 is circles. So I have to, like, detangle these belts somehow. Like, for example, circles goes in here, right? Then 2 is squares. So squares is this one. Then that's going to, like, crisscross over here and then rotate. Okay. Like this. Oh man, this is super annoying. All right, so one lesson is we need plenty of room. So we can't build it like here. We need, like, plenty of room to de-crisscross these wires. Is there a clever way to do this? I always ask this and then WAF's in the comments like, yes, there is a cleverer way to do this, you're dumb. Oops, what am I doing? Anchor with C. There's the first crisscross. Then we need 2 emeralds, right? So it's something like this, and we need a second one. Like this. There, I mean, it's not totally disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. But in theory, the trade-off is now we have this shape, this gray uncolored shape on top. Now these other shapes that aren't full layers, so what my plan is, and you can tell me if this is dumb in the comments, is if there's 3 parts of a shape, I'm going to use this system to make it, and then I'm just going to 3/4 destroy the part I don't need. If there's only 2 parts to a shape, there's no point using this system, right? It's easier to just build 4 factories that piece together this shape. Obviously, I can use that again to make this shape and then just half destroy it as well. Like, I don't know. Well, what seems better? Let's first build ourselves 4 factories that make 4 of this shape. Or, let me think. Because it's colored, maybe it is better to make the full shape and then we can, like, half cut it and then we can get 4 belts. That way we can, I don't know, there's so many options now. My mind has been opened. All right, let's get the other layer going. Let's give it plenty of room in between. So let's see, I want quadrant 1 to be a, if we want the same shape twice, it's not just like a mirror, we need to reverse it. So quadrant 1 is actually a square and a circle, right? So square, circle, square, circle. Let's try it. Oh man, this is destroying the amount of shapes I have. Where's the circles and where's the squares? Okay, it's over here and here. And this is square. We'll put it on this one because I already know we're gonna need another one. Square, square. Circles are here. Never do this because you're taking up the room for the staging area. So yeah, okay. Look, I just need a lot more for belt spaghetti space to do this because I'm dealing with like 4 times more belts. So yeah. Square circle should give me the shape that I want. Let's see if this is giving me the shape that I want. Look at that. Works like a charm. right? And then that's square, circle, and that should give me the bottom shape, to which I need to paint them all green. Or I could paint all my squares and circles green, but that gives me the same amount. Well, I only need to paint 2 of these green, so this one can just stop. We'll put bins in. Oh, great. Glad I have the blueprint points. I only need to paint 2 of these greens. See, it's more efficient to paint 2 green than 4 green, because I only need 2 belts of green, right? And I have 2 belts of green here, of 3 belts of green here. So if I just paint 2 of these outputs green, I need another, like a more efficient painter. Do I need to make 4x versions of everything to make this more efficient? Oh man. What is a cool little tactic I can do for painting? So I need a painter and then another painter. Something like this and this. I guess I'll just do it the way I did my blueprint factory. That kind of makes sense to me. So like paint goes in here and shapes goes in here like that. And then the output just comes out somewhere. Probably over this way to meet our other thing. But there's more processing that needs to be done to this because this is the full shape, right? Wait, something's wrong. 1, 2. 1 is square, 2 is circle, 3 is square, and 4 is circle. Oh, holy crap, did I do this wrong? Hold on. Let's check this carefully. Emerald, emerald, circle, square. Why is this different to this? This should be square. Top right is square. That's what I want. Bottom right, circle, which is right. Top left. Oh, it's the other. These two are flipped. It's not exactly 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. Okay, these 2 belts need to be rearranged. My bad. Like that. Okay, we learn these lessons early. We'll get used to it, don't worry. New designs are always going to be a bit like this. But essentially what we need to do is like cut and rotate this. So we have a design for cutting things in half and outputting it, right? Cutting 1 to 2. That's what we need. We need that and that. That should give us our 4 output belts. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? We've got 4 belts of this and 4 belts of this. This train system needs to go like way out of the way over here somewhere. Like just give it plenty of room to work. Then why is there a train line here and a train line here? Why can't you just be onto this train line? Is this a milestone train line? Alright. Just get 2 train lines so I don't accidentally destroy my milestone train line for no reason. Okay. So now we have 4 belts of this and we have 4 belts of this shape. Great. These should be the same shape. 2 of these need to be rotated. No, the rotation is already handled here, is it? Yeah, I'm giving 4 rows of the same shape. Why? I'm going to assume... I'm a bit confused because why is this not the right shape? Let me just destroy some of this stuff. I'm assuming just because the shape I'm inputting is wrong, so what I'm getting out is wrong. Once I've rearranged this, this should be correct. So we'll let that run for a little bit. But essentially what I need to do is now get 4 stacking arrays. So while that's doing that, I can sort of imagine what the belting is going to look like. So let me just build 4 stacking. Let's work backwards. And let's just build 4 stacking arrays and see how that might look. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is this a good thing to do? I mean, I could just do it like here, here, and here. And then the belting is going to look like this. Let's do a few options and see what the best one is. We've got to figure out these patterns early, and then we can copy these patterns into the future, right? So with 4 stacking arrays like this, I have belt crisscrossing happening out here somewhere, right? Because whatever 4 belts come out, like say you have 4 input belts that look like this, 3, 4. You're going to have 1 that goes there, 1 that goes like this, 1 that goes like this, 1 that goes like this. Then you're going to have 1 that goes like, then you're going to have 4 more input belts somewhere. Like say like from here. Then you have 1 that goes like this, 1 that goes like this, 1 that goes like that, and 1 that goes like that. Now, belts is an option. Alternatively, you can always do trains if it gets too messy. You can obviously have something like option number 2. Let's have a look at what trains look like. Trains are just a heavier setup, but it's a bit annoying. Where's my cargo unloader? Alternatively, you can have cargo unloaders like this. Obviously, you'd have to set this up wider for this to work. No, that's horrible. Cargo unloader. How would this even look? So if I load my shapes up correctly, like say I alternatively load cargo loader, unloader. So say I've loaded my shapes up in the right order, then I can just do something like this with filler wagons and then just dump the loading into the assembly part. Oh, I can use trains to like ship between the sections of the factory. That's freaking insanity. Let's stick with the belt method for now. Maybe we'll do train stuff later. I don't know. That's so cool about the train concept. I think maybe with the milestone factories, I want to make like a massive upscaled version of the milestone factories. I can do that. But for now, we just need to process the shapes. So I need to leave plenty of room for this. So hopefully this is now correctly giving me the shape that I want. Hey, look, it's correct now. And I'm getting 4 of them. Beauty. Is it all fully outputting? Look at that. Look how many there are. Holy moly. The scale of this factory is absolutely immense. It's taking me a lot longer to set up, but that's fine. Once we get used to this process, then everything will be gravy. So we've got 4 belts here like this. Then we got our next 4 belts. We'll denote it with a little bit of a gap. So there's just a lot more belt work for 4 sets of shapes. Like that. And then these 4 need to meet with these 4. So let's just center it, maybe will be helpful. Give me a rough idea of how much space is required. I might save the belt work on this. Okay. Wait, that's not how it works. What am I doing? if it only were that easy, right? Alright, top needs to be top and bottom needs to be bottom. So the bottom of this shape is the green thing. So the green is going on the bottom. Bottom is bottom, top is top. Alright, so these 4 need to route into the top 4 of the next section. So let's do the turnies somewhere over here. Like this. So there's your first 4 belts. Then we need these 4 belts at the bottom. This doesn't work, right? No. Okay. That's 2 in. I need 2 more in. 1. How the heck do I get this one in now? And this one. That's hard. That's actually hard. What the heck? I need a tunnel underneath here. Hello? Does this not tunnel 4 tiles? Yeah, it does. I thought it does tunnel 4 tiles. So it needs to go out here, rotate in like this. It can't tunnel and rotate, so let's cut this one instead. I'm trying to do a reasonably clean pattern here because obviously this design is going to be utilized in the future. Stop that. Alright, I can't do it here. I need to like tunnel under here and here. And that needs to tunnel under here. This belt work that I'm doing here is going to be utilized into the future. So, look how much room this belt work took. But I want to save this belt work because it does, like, having it like this is helpful, right? Turning this spaghetti into this. There's probably a cleaner way to do this, but this will do for now. Hopefully I don't lose this work. Let me just save this as a temporary blueprint so I don't lose the work. The belt work, I mean. I don't even know where to save this. I feel like I need a new folder for this. Let's create a new folder. And we will call this 4X Designs. And we'll put this into there, yeah. Let's save this and we'll call this 4X Belt Work. Now, this is only made possible by the fact we have infinite blueprint points now. So yeah, this is crazy. Look at this thing. Is this right? Is this even the right shape that I'm making? And you know what the bonus is? I don't even have to do any rotation anymore because this is handling all the rotaties. Amazing. Now I also need, with 4x output, let's make sure this shape is correct before we go crazy. Yeah, it is correct. It works. So this is what the implementation looks like. It's not even that as horrible as I imagined. Like literally we're producing 4 times more shapes. I mean, the belt work does look horrible. A clever person probably would do this with trains somehow and remove all this spaghetti mess of belts. But yeah, we'll try let's try the next one with trains. How about that? Okay, now we need a train network that can handle this. So it's not going to be singular platforms. Obviously we're going to need some sort of train system with 4 loaders, because there's always going to be 4 outputs now. And with 4 loaders, we need 4 stops spaced 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. So let's get the stops in. Like that. We need 4 cargo train things, and then we need to get it to stop twice. So that's what that would look like. And then we need to get the 4 things actually in. And that's it, guys. That is it. Every step of the way is now going to be a system like this. Because say I need another shape, right? So, if I have to stack a 3rd shape on this, which probably you will have to eventually, if we look at our task, the next step of this thing, Knight's Pride, is to stack another shape. So to stack another shape, I need another one of these. So that's going to go like here, and then there's your 4 belts, and then it's going to stack with the 4 belts of the new shape. All right, this is going to work. We can clean it up a lot more, but yeah, it is going to work. Let's try it with trains next. Everything is delivering, so that's good. Let's claim some operator points. Then, we should do more tasks, right? Let's try this. This is a good example as well. What the heck is going on over here? Shield Trooper. Okay. 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 This is going to be a little bit challenging, even using our new blueprint. But let's do something clever here, because there's a missing square here, and then we got a square here. So maybe we can paint this thing yellow and then somehow get the square out for the next section. Oh, that's going to be super complex though. Or I could just paint a yellow square, which sounds a lot easier. Yeah, let's just 3/4 destroy. I'm overcomplicating this. We'll paint this shape yellow. We'll do the painting at the end. 4 belts of yellow. Okay, that's fine. This is more complex because now we're going to have crap loads of painting going on, but let's give it a go. Let's see what the limiting factors are. It's very hard to just sit here imagining things. I'm going to take this shape code and copy it. We'll do it in practice and see what happens. All right, let's go. So let's go to staging 2, was it? Where's staging 2? This one, I think, was the free one. All right, we're going to have to massively upscale the staging area too, by the way. So yeah, prepare for that. Okay, that's fine though. Let's get rid of this old system. We're going to need way more room to work. So we need to start with our shape things. We'll make it go this way, I guess. It's going to hit this thing, isn't it? Let's make it go this way because that's more free. So let's start with our shapes. I'm thinking, what's the best way to do this? If I curve out shapes like this, we should do our shapes factory like here, maybe starting from here. So let's, oh man, don't know which way. All right, let's just do it and see if it makes sense. So if we get our 4/4 rearranger to start with, we'll get our 4/4 rearranger. Then we need a nothing in the top left. So let's just put a square in. Or what's the shape that's used least in this whole system? Because I don't want to waste a whole shape for something, because it's just going to be cut out, right? Shape that's used least in this system: emerald, 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 and circle. See this shape is a bit annoying. It's like a 3/4 emerald and a circle. So do I even want to use my 4/4 rearranger for that? I don't know, because then I have to use 3 belts of emeralds to make this shape. Well, we'll decide in a second. But yeah, emerald, circle, square. Square is used least is what I'm seeing. What about you guys? So we'll put a square in as our top right shape. So it goes 1, 2, 4, 3. So we'll put the square in there. We need a square. We need this is the second shape, emerald, and then emerald, double emerald. Sorry, I should call this what they are. They're called wedges, aren't they? So we need 2 of these. Then we need a star. The problem with this is it's going to take me way longer to build every factory. I'm hoping I get more familiar with this. Let's go. It makes sense to reorder this. By reorder, I mean flip it. I don't know if flipping is a good idea, but yes. It makes sense because the square is here. That's why. So I can just do this. Then double emerald. Like that. Then this goes out here. Right? We need to leave double space in between here for jumpings. Because how else is more shapes going to come out? Okay, that should give me the shape. To the shape, I need to paint yellow and then need to cut out the thing. So cutting out a 3/4, we should have a module that actually does that. What's my 3/4 cutter look like? Full to 3/4. That's what the current module looks like. Now, what 3/4 does it remove? Does it tell me? It removes the top right, I remember. Does it remove the top right? It's going to take me ages to figure out what this removes. We might need to modify this design because it's fine at the moment. Like I can just slap 4 down here. While that's doing that, let's get the painting done. Oh, the mixing. I need 4 belts of yellow. So yellow is green and red. I need 2 mixers that can do it. So I'm just seeing, should I do my color mixing here? We need efficient painting methods as well for color mixing. So if I do it down here, for example, then if I get my green and red, what the heck is going on here? So I get green and red to make yellow. How do I make another green and red? I can do like that. It looks horrible. Like that, maybe? How about stagger? And then this can come out. Don't like that. How do I do this? Maybe do it like here. Or is that dumb? Maybe I do it like here. Whatever pattern I use, it needs to be like future-proofed as well. Why even make the mess? Like this, like that, and then this can jump, maybe? Please do what I want, space belt. This way, that way, then this can peel in like that. There we go. That's 4 belts of yellow. Something just like completed. This thing like completed instantly, man. What the hell? Oh, this is so fast. What the heck? I can't even keep up with the speed anymore. I'm not going to touch the spacing because I want to learn how much spacing I need between these systems. Let's see if this is making the thing I want. It's making the wrong part. So it's not cutting out the top left. This isn't even making the right shape that I want. What is this shape? It is. But this doesn't cut out the top right of the shape. What is this cutting out? It's cutting out the top left, the bottom left, and then rotating it. I can't even tell what this is cutting out. What the heck? It's like cutting out and rearranging my shape like really randomly. This thing works off a symmetrical shape. It doesn't work off an asymmetrical shape. We need to redesign our cutter. So let's quickly do that. And then we'll probably end the episode here. Is there something I want to do in the meantime? I feel like everything's like too hard to do, except for this shape. This shape, screw it. We're just going to redesign our cutter because we're hitting the 1 hour mark. So I need some time to do this. All right. We've gotten how to build stuff. All right, processing. Let's get a shape in. We'll get it to cut out the top right all the time. And then whatever we need to cut out, we can rotate the shape and rotate it back. I also had an idea of using like toggle switches to do this, but I did test this out when I was making my blueprint redesign series, and having a toggle switch to pick which quarter to cut out turns it into a massive platform. And I want the form factor of this to be a single tile wide, so I can slap 4 of them down and go boom, 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 boom. So this will just be like that, and then a rotation module beneath it. So this is going to cut out the quarter. We obviously need to cut it first. So that turns it into its 2 constituent halves. And the square is the bit we need to remove. So we need to rotate this thing other way. And then remove the square with a half destroyer. Yup. And then we need to rotate it back into position. And then, as WAF will be proud of me now, instead of stacking it, we just swap it. Swap it. There we go. That removes it, right? We need 4 of these modules. 2, 3, 4. And how do we fit this into a 2x2? Let me just check with the inputs and outputs. So if I put input in like this, and then I say have an output like this, can this fit sideways? And I do like 1, 2, it just needs to output out the front. So say I do something like this and this, there's ain't no way. I Can't do that because if I have 4 belts, how do I now weave them over to this side? There's no logical way to do that. It's 1 tile too wide. Can I do the rotation somewhere? But if I rotate the entire shape, then I have to rotate it back. There ain't no way to do this. Damn it. I wanted the simple solution, but we're gonna have to do the more complex routing, which is this. How much space do I need? We'll figure it out. 1, 2, is this centered? Yeah, it is. 3, 4, something like this. Okay. That is not centered. I love how I can just freely cut and stuff now. Like that is centered, right? So let's just get belting in. So we're gonna have obviously 2 belts, one going this way. Then the first one can just be this, right? Then this one can output that way, that's fine. And then the second one needs to go in here, like that. This belt can just do shenanigans, like that. Then we got 1 out, that's a second out. So we've got 2 out going this way. These other 2 in can go in from the other side, I guess. We've got to use up both sides, right? So we can go in like that. We've done patterns like this before, so that. So these are my 2 outs. I really want to rotate the shape back. Oh no, it is correct rotations, right? Does this, when you rotate the screen, not follow the rotation? Wow, I didn't realize that. Alright, that's a bit confusing. This should be still showing the shape correctly. Alright, makes sense. I don't know. That's a weird one. Alright. And now these 2 shapes need to come out probably on this side. So how can I get that done? I need to cut the belt somewhere so the shape has room to come out. Because we need 2 coming out this way, 1 there. And the last one can come out anywhere. Is all my inputs and outputs done? Cool. So this first one is obviously going to go out. The second one is obviously going to go out. Stop that. This one can go out here. And this last one can go out here. Beauty. We will bin test this because we should always bin test everything. My big flaw is that I'm quite careless and people tell me I should slow the hell down and make sure everything's done properly. So I will slow the hell down and make sure everything works. While I'm doing that, I can move my 4x thing. Where is it? 4 to 4 rearranger. Hey, didn't I put icons on this? I swear the icons aren't saving. Are you guys getting that bug? Put that into my 4x designs. 4 to 4 rearrange. Weird. Didn't I put a cool icon here with like 4s and swappies and like a custom shape code and stuff? It's all gone. Had like this shape code and stuff. All for belt work. This is just belts. How do I denote to belt spaghetti? Is there a spaghetti icon? Okay, let's see if this is working. Great, it is. Check if it's working on 3 levels before we save the damn blueprint. Don't see any issues with 4 levels. Oh, if you guys are curious, we are now 26 hours into our play and we are episode 19. So there's been 5 hours off screen doing shenanigans. Basically just doing this stuff, right? Maybe we can just get this one working while we're waiting. All we have to do is add this shape on top, which is a half circle and a half emerald. Half circle, half emerald. Half circle, is it? Yeah, half circle, half emerald. This is still our old system, so that should be quite quick. There's our circle. Where's our emerald? Half circle, half emerald. They need to stack somehow. We'll do all our processing here. Half circle, half emerald. We also need white. So I've forgotten how to build stuff now. We need half destroyers on each one of these. Then we need white. We have a spare white. We have a spare this, to which we can add a spare green. Let's get that going like there. Then we get another green going. Do we have enough green from this system? I don't think so. More green. That should give us enough white. and that white will go here. So this will be our half emerald, and this will be our half circle whenever it arrives. What the heck is that? What have I done here? Made a mess. Okay, half circle, half emerald. Now they're on top of each other, so one of these needs a 180-degree rotation, and it's probably going to be this one. Then they need to be stacked on top of each other with a stacker. Should make a swapping array too to stack single layer shapes, but I'm not going to do that right now. Now that I understand swappers, like 300 hours into the game, funny. Took me so long to understand swappers. I feel like such an idiot. Like, I wish I had this level of understanding of swappers when I first started out the game. That would be freaking amazing. This should be the top. That's not a stacker. Yep, that's the top, that's the bottom. And that should be that. Cool. Check in on that in a bit. This thing is done. This thing takes way too long to do. This thing is also done, but let's go back to our staging area 2. Let's also make sure we get the shape code for this. Oops. So we don't forget next episode. But this is now doing that. And let's see if this system works. So we've made this blueprint, and it looks like it indeed is fully saturated and takes away a quarter, 3/4 properly. So let's get that there, and then let's get a copy of that. Let's save this to our blueprint redesign folder as our 3/4 remover. This is a better 3/4 remover. Save as. I think what the save as is maybe destroying this. Blueprint full to 3/4. Full to 3/4. This is just a regular full to 3/4 design. This is not really relevant to 4x. But yeah, we can save this as like the 4x version of it. I don't really see a point. It's easy enough to just go to the blueprints menu and slap down 4 of these. Now, with this removed, is this, yeah, it is in the right orientation still, magically. Now we've got our shape, we need to paint our shape. So let's go back into our staging area 3. Let's see what we did with the painting array, and let's see, oh, we don't have a painting array. Ooh, we don't have a 4x painting array. All right, let's go back to staging area 2. We'll build that and we'll call the episode. So remember, our shapes are coming down like this, right? And our paint is there. So a painting module will take paint in, take shapes in. So say like my next shape is going to come down like over here. So I want the painting to happen like where? Something, wait, let's get the paint across first. We need 2 tiles of space for any belt hopping in the future. So all our belts should function in like sets of 4 with a 2 tile gap in the middle for future hoppings. Then we probably don't want this. With that done, we need to get a painting array that deals with this. So let's build our painters. So we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need paint to go into the side. Like this. I definitely didn't build enough room here. This is different to my 4-to-4 belt rearranger. Let me just bring plenty of space. Let's just do it over here. We've got infinite space on the map. There's no need to cram ourselves. Try to avoid as many turns as possible. If I need to turn, I'm going to create space for myself to turn. There's the paint in. Now we need the shapes in. Oh, this is annoying. 2 of them needs to go out like this. There's 2, and then 2 of them needs to go out like this. That looks decent. Someone do better. Give me better belt work than this, please. Alright. We'll call this 4x painting. But the good news is we've got 4 times this shape. Beautiful. Now we need our 4x train. So let's get this saved. 4x train. We're basically making a 4x version of every single design. Oh man. What have you done to me, WAF? I shouldn't blame him. This look how fast it's satisfied. This is satisfying faster than I can build now. 4x trains is going to go somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. We can just move the train system whenever we like, so I don't see what the issue is. I have to build more layers. Like, I need to finish a final shape. When I finish a final shape with this new system, I'll have a much better idea of a more organized way to do this. Oh, and by the way, this would not have been possible before I got my new computer. Can you imagine how laggy everything will be? Playing in 1 FPS. But yeah, there we go. 4x the shapes. And yeah, once we get all these designs down properly, we can just slap down modules. Like, every single module should input in 4 belts and output out 4 belts, and then we just have to connect the modules together. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. We're going to figure out all the blueprints, and then we're just going to slap all the blueprints down, and then we're going to blast through all these shapes like super fast. More operator points. Let's get the rest of our research before we finish off the episode. Yep, everything's researched. We have a fully completed hard mode research done in 26 hours and 44 minutes. Horrible, horrible speed. But yeah, let's have an assessment of where we are at. We're at milestone 7. Then we're going to unlock crystallizing. And then once we get crystallizing done, we have our operator qualification. We're almost at the end, guys. Then we are at still only 24 of our tasks because we took a little bit of a break from our tasks to do all this. There's still like 10 tasks to do. So that's fine. We're prodding through them slowly, and hopefully we can wrap this all up in the next 4 or 5 episodes. Sounds ambitious, but I will try my best. The last few shapes have a billion volume, so yeah, but hopefully this system will allow us to do them a lot quicker. Beautiful, guys. Oh, also, we need to expand our train system because I have no doubts that 4 is not enough to do this. But yeah, great. We'll leave it at that for this episode. If you've enjoyed the series so far, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching and have a good one.